The Unfinished Revolution. How the 1960s psychedelic movement shaped the 5D awakening. The 1960s were a time of bold experimentation, radical rebellion, and a hunger for higher consciousness. It was an era when the psychedelic movement promised not just cultural change, but enlightenment and the birthing of a utopian reality. Yet, as time went on, the counterculture revolution seemed to fade away, leaving many to wonder. Did the revolution fail, or did its mission serve a purpose that went beyond what anyone could have imagined? Today, we'll explore the deeper legacy of the 1960s, diving into how it sparked a hidden process that unfolds even now. Through the lens of Delores Cannon's 3 Waves of Volunteers, we'll see how humanity has been on a divine journey of awakening. Together, we'll discover how the dreams of the counterculture pioneers are manifesting in ways they couldn't have foreseen, leading us into the 5D shift, the dawn of a new age of higher consciousness. The 1960s were a pivotal time in history. An entire generation rejected rigid societal norms, turning instead to spiritual exploration, communal living, and altered states of consciousness. Hippies spoke of love and unity, while psychedelics became tools for experiencing mystical dimensions and dissolving the ego. It was a call for humanity to reconnect with universal truths, to break free from an artificial, materialistic system. And it gave many the first glimpse of what liberation could truly mean. But this utopian vision didn't manifest. As governments clamped down on psychedelics, and the movement was dismissed as naive idealism, the counterculture faded into history. Its leaders would grow older, its values diluted by time. For decades, it seemed as though the revolution had failed. Or did it? Was it possible that the movement was only the beginning, planting seeds for a transformation that humanity would need decades to fully understand? At the heart of the psychedelic movement was an awakening to what spiritual teachers often call I am energy, an awareness of one's eternal nature as a facet of the universal source. This energy isn't just a concept. It's an invitation to step into a higher state of being, connected to love, light, and the infinite powers of creation within us all. When the pioneers of the 1960s tapped into this energy through their spiritual discoveries, they opened a portal for humanity. Yet, the shift they triggered wasn't immediate. Humanity wasn't yet ready to fully integrate this magnitude of change. Instead, this light energy has been quietly working within the collective psyche, influencing us in profound ways over time. To understand how this process unfolds, we turn to the teachings of Delores Cannon, an influential spiritual teacher and hypnotherapist who decoded humanity's journey through her groundbreaking work on the 3 Waves of Volunteers. Who are we as souls? Why are we here? These are the questions Delores Cannon devoted her life to exploring. Through her hypnotherapy sessions, she uncovered a profound spiritual plan. She described how waves of volunteers, souls who chose to incarnate on Earth at specific times, carry unique roles in humanity's awakening. Each wave corresponds to a different part of the spiritual process. Together, these waves tell the story of how humanity is evolving from a 3D reality, rooted in duality and disconnection, into the higher vibrational reality of 5D consciousness, rooted in love, unity, and spiritual freedom. Let's explore each wave to understand how they connect to the counterculture movement and the emergence of the 5D shift. The first wave of volunteers arrived after World War II, with many coming of age during the 1960s. Tasked with breaking down restrictive systems and planting the seeds of awakening, this wave was trailblazing and rebellious, unafraid to reject old paradigms. They shattered societal norms, questioned authority, and envisioned a better way of life. This group played a crucial role during the psychedelic movement. Psychedelics weren't just recreational. They were gateways to accessing higher dimensions and sparking a global questioning of life's deeper truths. From spiritual communities to environmentalism and Eastern philosophy, they challenged humanity's deeply held beliefs, planting the seeds for future growth. However, this wave often struggled with feelings of alienation. They were operating in a world too rooted in old systems to fully understand their mission. The seeds they planted didn't sprout immediately, and for decades, many felt as though their efforts went unseen. But their purpose wasn't to finish the process. It was to lay the groundwork for what was to come. The second wave began arriving in the 1970s and 1980s. Unlike the first wave, their mission was less about breaking down and more about maintaining balance. They came to water the seeds planted by the first wave, nurturing awakening energy through harmony and love while navigating life within Earth's matrix, the systems and structures that shape human existence. Many of the second wave became the first spiritual teachers and influencers on the internet, sharing their wisdom while generating income from their passion. The second wave often has an innate spiritual understanding. They are highly sensitive, deeply empathic souls who resonate high vibrational energy. Instead of overt rebellion, their presence often alone acts as a healing force. This balance has been essential. They've helped then align the deep spiritual awakening with the pragmatics of being incarnate on Earth, teaching us how to embody higher consciousness without rejecting the human experience. The third wave, the newest group of volunteers, began coming into prominence around 2019. Their role is activation. They are here to awaken humanity to the 5D reality, the next stage of consciousness in which love, unity, and connection reign supreme. But why 2019? This was a pivotal shift in global energy. It was the beginning of a time when humanity was forced to confront patterns that no longer served us, externally in societal structures and internally in unhealed traumas. For the third wave, it is less about fighting the system and more about showing us an entirely new way of being. This generation carries the responsibility to harvest the seeds planted by the first wave and nurtured by the second wave. Amid unthinkable challenges, their role is to transform chaos into creation, anchoring spiritual light on Earth as we rise together. The work of the three waves mirrors the sacred numerology of 1, 2, and 3. These numbers carry symbolic meaning that maps perfectly onto the spiritual process we're exploring. The number 1 represents creation, beginnings, and trailblazing energy. This is the role of the first wave, those who broke the mold and planted the seeds of change. The number 2 stands for balance, duality, and nurturing connections. This is the second wave, balancing the energy of awakening with the challenges of the 3D matrix. The number 3 symbolizes activation, creativity, and bringing dreams into reality. This is the third wave, fully harvesting the fruits of earlier efforts and helping activate the new 5D Earth. This divine pattern reminds us of the order and symmetry in the universe's unfolding. Each wave plays its role in a cosmic dance of transformation. With this understanding, we can now look back at the 1960s psychedelic movement with new eyes. It was not simply a cultural flashpoint or a failed revolution. The hippies of that time were not naive dreamers. They were pioneers of the first wave, who opened the door to the spiritual journey we are now walking together. The seeds they planted flourished in the hands and hearts of the second wave and are now blossoming under the guidance of the third wave. What seemed like premature idealism in the 1960s was, in fact, the dawn of humanity's eventual leap toward 5D consciousness. As we step into this pivotal era, where 5D reality is emerging into focus, the question becomes, what is your role in this awakening? Are you here to help anchor this new energy, to embody love, balance, and alignment in your personal life? Or perhaps you are among the third wave, actively helping humanity transition to a higher vibration. Wherever you find yourself, remember this: the revolution of awakening didn't end. It was never about instant results, but an evolving process that continues today. We are the continuation. We are the legacy. The challenges we face now, division, environmental crisis, global shifts, are not the end. They are the birthing pains of something extraordinary. Together, we hold the potential to create a world rooted in love, unity, and higher consciousness. The 1960s counterculture movement wasn't a failure. It was the first chapter in a multi-generational journey of awakening. From the seeds planted by the first wave to the balanced cultivation by the second wave and the activation led by the third wave, We are part of a divine process far greater than ourselves. As humanity steps further into the 5D frequency, let us honor the legacy of those before us, their courage, their vision, and their sacrifices, and carry their light forward. The question to leave you with: what will you do to help cultivate this harvest of awakening? Because the revolution isn't over, it's only just begun. If you have made it to the end of the video, I would like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed this video or learned something, please consider liking the video and subscribing for more liberating content. Peace be with you.